everyone, welcome back to Car Fix. Today we're going to do a three-parter on how to fix E1 and F1 codes on your Lazy Spa, Mspa, you know, the blow-up type hot tubs. Many of them get these faults where your controller is saying E1, F1 fault, and basically what that means in 99% of the time, either the pump for the filter has gone or the impeller in the filter motor has gone. So you need to take 3 steps. You need to know how to get the main unit out, you need to know how to open it, then you need to know how to maintain the filter. So this is part 1, how to remove the actual unit from your hot tub to get it out to maintain. So we'll get straight into it here. And from this is obviously the hot tub upside down. You need to move the drain pipe out of the way, and there's a coupling here and a coupling here. These are on pretty tight, so you do need a bit of force to get them off, but they will just spin off. But if you're really struggling, they do have 2 Phillips head screws in. You can undo the screws and the coupling will fall in half to be able to get it off. But if you can, just unscrew them. It's a lot easier. Well, not that the other way is difficult, but you know. So one out. This one here is tighter. I've loosened them for the video because in typical YouTube fashion, I've already filmed this whole series once and my mic wasn't on, so the sound wasn't working. But yeah, 1 out, 2 out, drain pipe out the way. Then you need to go down here, so to the inflation knob, and what you'll see on here is that, I don't know if you can see it on camera there, but there's a notch cut out of it. Yeah, you can. So there's a notch cut out. You need to get a screwdriver or a pick or something in there and it will pop off. And in there's another Phillips head screw that you need to undo. I'll bring you down and show you. So as you can see in there's a Phillips head screw. So you need a decent sized Phillips head screwdriver, and for this entire job all you need is Phillips head screwdrivers, but you'll need one fairly big one and you need one that is narrow and long on the end for the removing of the bolts from the case, but I'll get to that. So we undo this screw here. As you can see, it's nice and loose for me because I've already done it once. Don't lose it, and then this will just pop out. You just give it a pull and it will come out. And that has released it from there. And finally, you need to release the inlet and outlet from inside the hot tub where your filter attaches to. So let me show you that. Inside the hot tub, the inlet and outlet for the filter, you'll know them, need to be unscrewed. You might need the tool that comes with your hot tub to get them off, but mine are already loosened, so you can spin them off. As easy as that. They're obviously what creates the seal as well on the inside of your hot tub to stop leaks. So if you do have any minor leaks, it could be that they're not tight enough and you're losing water through the seal, but that's another potential problem. But we'll get round to the back of the tub again and we'll get the actual unit out. So now this should just lift out easily. Just get the pipes out of the way obviously and just pull it out. Try not to lose your O-rings. I should be having leaks. It's fairly heavy. And the remote needs to go through the pocket. So down there you can just about see the remote. You need to feed it up through the pocket. And there's a hole at the bottom of the pocket that it'll go through. Like that. And then pull. And there you go, that is the unit out. Oh, nearly knocked the camera over. And in part 2, I'll show you how to take this unit apart. You need to take that front cover off and you need to take the top off to be able to get to the pump. And I don't see anywhere else on the internet that shows you clearly how to do that. There's a few very vague videos out there. I'll go through it step by step and we'll get back to part 2 very shortly. Peace. Welcome back. It's part 2 now on the Mspa filter E1 F1 code fix, and this is how you get this unit apart once you've got it out, because I've seen loads of comments on other people's videos saying, I got this out, I've got no idea how to get the casing apart. And it is simple as long as you've got the right tools. Basically, you need a Phillips head screwdriver that is very long and thin, as you've got to reach all the way up here to unscrew things. But I'm going to show you where every single screw is to get this apart now. So first, you can take this polystyrene bit off the top, just simply comes off, get it out of the way. And then on this front panel you need to get off, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws and a screw there, which is why you need the long screwdriver, and a screw there. So in total 7 screws to get rid of. I've already taken most of them out just to speed the video up. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then it simply just pops off as easy as that. I've got a croak in my voice. Now this is where everybody gets stuck, because sorry, to get the pump to the pump, which is behind the inlet, you need to get the lid off, and there's nowhere that tells you how to get the lid off, so I'm going to explain this to you. But you should have 4 Phillips head long screws that you need to remove, and I'm going to show you where they can all be located, because I've watched a couple of videos and mine was slightly different, so I'll show you from a couple of angles first. So you can see the channels where you think screws would be. So we're going to count them. 1 in there, 2, 3 and 4. And mine had a hidden one between the opening and the legs in there, so potentially 5. So I'll get that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and potentially 5, and I'll give you a top-down view of that as well. So top-down view, there's the potential hidden one between the legs, channel in there. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. You all get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see where they are because there's like a channel where you can fit a screwdriver, which is why you need the long Phillips screwdriver. And you can see I've got 1 screw just in there where I was holding it together for the video. So I can get my screwdriver in there, just quickly undo it, and you'll know when you've got all the screws because it's not clipped. It will just come apart very easily. So if I just put you down again. Now I've undone that last screw. I'm just flip it over so it's the right way up. Now all the screws are out, it comes out that easily. The remote wire is attached, so you can't take it away fully, but you can just put it to the side, and then there is the pump. And we'll get on to part 3 of the pump, of how to test if the pump is working and the float valves in there are working, and how to change the impeller next on Car Fixes. Welcome back to part 3 of the Mspa Lazy Spa pump E1 F1 pump replacement, pump impeller replacement. And we've taken the case apart in part 2 and we've removed it from the hot tub in part 1. So if you need to know those things, go look at the other parts or earlier in this video if I put it all together. There's a few things that you need to test here. One is that the float valves are working, and in the input shaft, input for the thing, you can see there is a magnetic float. See if you can see it moving in there. It's very hard in this light, but I think you can just see it wobbling around. So you need to make sure those magnetic floats are working on the inlet and outlet, because if they're not working, the hot tub will just think there's no water flowing, even if your pump is working. And I'll show you now how to test that on the dry. Because what these do is they magnetically are like switches, and they tell the hot tub there is a water flow. So the one for the outlet pulls towards you, so you need to hold it up. You need your controller, you need the hot tub turned on, and you press the filter button, and you can hear the filter is running now. If I hold these two open, it won't stop, it's running dry. But if I drop the two tabs down, it should stop and produce the error. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that on the screen there, but it's giving the E1 error code for no water flow. But you've seen that the valves are working properly. When they're open, the pump runs, and when they're closed, the pump stops, and that's what you should be doing. So I'm just going to unplug it now, and I'll show you how to remove the actual pump to replace the impeller or replace the pump as a whole. So that's that. We are all unplugged now. So this is the pump in mine. It's a F12 35 watt pump for my hot tub. And basically, to remove this, there's 4 Phillips head screws, and there is a Jubilee clip to the water inlet pipe, which is a straight screwdriver. So you do need a flathead screwdriver as well for this part, but that is all you really need to do. So let's get on with that. And this coupling, so the coupling from the inlet here just twists off. It's the same as the ones to take it out. So if you, it's on there quite tight, so you need to twist it off, but obviously you can't get it out till you've undone the Phillipses. So 4 Phillipses just around the pump. You in shot there? I think so. It's really glary out here today and quite windy, so I do apologise. It's hard to see my screen, what's going on. So that's the 4 Phillipses out, and then down there you can see the Jubilee clip. So it's that one there that's connected to the bottom of the pump. You need to unscrew that so you can get the pipe off it. Just simply unscrew it with your flathead screwdriver. I'm trying to do it one-handed, so, and mine's already loose because, as I say, I've already filmed this video once and I had no sound. So I'll just spin this around. It's probably easier than continually moving the camera, but you can see it there. So you need to get the pipe out of the pump and you need to pull away the coupling. So make sure this is fully unscrewed. And that can be on there tight. So you might need to get a tiny flathead screwdriver in there or a pick and just very gently prise it out like that. And there's the pump out. So to replace the actual pump, if you're buying a fully new pump, because this isn't working, I believe they're about 60 or 70 pounds, all you would do is unscrew the connection and screw the new one in, and then you can put your new pump in. We're changing the impeller today to see if that fixes it. So it's 4 more Phillips head screws. A lot of unscrewing Phillips head screws this job, but it's pretty, like, the hardest part is knowing where all the screws are to get the case apart. Until I figured it out, I was gonna lose it. So really, if you've jumped to this part, how to change the filter, I think once you get it out, you're really going to need some help getting the case apart. So I would go back and watch the case part if you haven't already. Don't mind doing them with my fingers so I don't drop them. See the 4 Phillips heads out. The front of the pump motor. This will come off. Then inside is the impeller, which is magnetised, so you've just got to get hold of it and pull it out. And there's the old impeller. It's very squidgy, brittle, and it'll have a rubber bung on both ends, so you need to make sure you get both ends of the rubber out. There it is. So you might have to tap that out, but as you can see, there's the old impeller, they're very bendy. And when I had this out originally, between the rubber bung and there had loads of like hair and everything wrapped around it. So this might work again fine. Now I've got it out and cleaned it, but I've got a new one here, and you can see this is a lot stronger. You can't bend the fins, and it's stiffer to turn. This was £10 off Amazon next day delivery, but you can get them off eBay, and there's Mspa replacement places and all sorts. So yeah, £10. This is what I'm hoping is going to fix it. If this doesn't fix it, it's likely the motor in the pump has gone weak and you'll need a new motor. A couple of other things to note when you're at this point with this, a part like this, is it's a great time to give it a clean. So I've cleaned up my inlet and outlet seals, and I've also, this is the heater core, so if you've got heating problems, you'd have to take these parts off and then you can get to the heater core. I'm not doing that today. If it ever breaks, I'll make a video on it, but basically you need to remove that, and you can pull the heater core out. What I would advise at this point is to pour some water in the pump inlet and make sure it's coming out of the outlet. Then you know for sure there's flow through the heater. I have really hard water as well, so when I had this apart the other day, I put some limescale remover in there, left it for 10 or 15 minutes, gave it a good shake around, and got a lot of rubbish out of my heater as well. So just a little bit of maintenance while we're in there, but now we can put it all back together, which is the reverse of taking it apart, which is, I'm not going to show you how to put it back together, but the video will go on for forever. But what I will do is get it all back together, get it in the tub, and I'll do like a finishing clip, whether this fixed it or not, or whether I needed a new pump. But that is the 3 main parts of fixing E1, F1 error codes on really any major branded inflatable hot tub. And if you like the video, if it helped, I hope I explained everything clearly, please like, favourite and subscribe, and I'll knock to the clip of it working. Peace. So here's just a quick wrap up after putting everything back together, putting the pump back together. You can see we're over the minimum water line now, so I've tried turning the pump on and I haven't had the error. So I'll try and show you the remote. It's because it's LED, you can't see it, but you can see it's not got the E1 error anymore, and you might be able to hear the filter running. And the heater is also on. You can't see, you know what these remotes are like, they're impossible to see in the brightest sunshine. But there you go, it does work. If you've got a noisy motor, an E1, F1 error code, the first thing I would do is service and replace the impeller in the pump. If you've liked the series, like the video, and you want any more tips or anything else, leave it in the comments. I'll try and help you out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.